This computer here is an ISA, has an ISA motion controller in it. It fits in, see the black slot behind the ribbon cable? That's an ISA slot. The tan slot above is the PCI slot. This is, you can see there's 3, 4 PCI slots in here. One has a video card in it. There's no external adapter on here. There is a power plug-in that runs power through this ribbon cable to this board, which gives power down to this board, the motion controller board, and it controls the inputs and outputs through this connector and the motors through this connector. So this is the Gunnar computer that we were looking at earlier. This is the motion controller card right here. This is a PCI card. It fits in a PCI style slot. On the outside, there's this adapter right here with a power cord for low voltage power that controls all the inputs and outputs. This section controls inputs and outputs. This section controls the motors. All right, I've turned the whole system on using this power switch here and started the PC using its own power switch. I'm running on this PC over here right now, the PCI card. There are some icons on here, loader and PCT25, and then I've got 2 versions of the Gunnar software. Sorry for the nice display refresh. So loader is what you have to run in order to start the motion controller. And it takes it a little bit. Memory test. Okay, now it's loaded. So now PCT25, it's actually the controller manufacturer software. So you can use this for diagnosing your controller card. So if you start it, looks like this. And it's gonna basically tell me I don't have a license to use it, only in manual mode. Only in manual mode. So I click OK, and I go to settings, and then I go to manual controls. Now this shows us an overall, this is the X motor, Y motor. There is no Z motor. The cutting head motor is the U motor. Okay. These little indicators are for the limit switches. The home switch for the cutting head is actually the C4 switch. So just 1 second, I'm gonna update it. Oh, guess not. All right, now these are your inputs and outputs. Outputs here, inputs here. So if I press the green start button on the machine, C1 should come on. Yep, and when I let go, it goes off. When I press the red button, it C2 does not come on, but if we wait a second, we get that emergency message. But it is, so it is working. Okay. B1, if I click this and I look at cutting head, it makes the head go up and down. B2, B2, it's making the blade go in and out. See that down at the bottom of the cutting head? Okay. B3 makes the clamps go down and up. On, off. Now you see all the clamps on the table? They all go down at the same time. Okay. If I turn the COE knob, now you can see 4 clamps are up and 4 clamps are down. So when I run this B3 output, the 4 on the left go down, the 4 on the right go up. Okay. And then I can turn the COE knob, and now all the clamps are in sync. B4 is the throttle valve. So if you watch on that valve right back in there, you'll see a little light come on. Little red light. So that's basically showing us that all of our outputs and all of our inputs are working. If I want to move the motors, this is the speed bar, so I can make it about halfway, and I can use this button or this button to make it move in big steps or little steps. So if I use this button and I watch the cutting head, okay. If I adjust the Y and I try it, each time I'm clicking the button, it's moving. Okay, if I want to do the cutting head, I'll adjust U. Now that one will run as long as you hold your finger on the button. Now, where I left the cutting head, I'm not on the home switch anymore, so that's why C4 is lit up here. And the light is on the top of this sensor because you can see the target is not under the sensor. Okay, so I just adjusted it so that light is off. And if I go over here, there's no light on the top of my sensor, and my target is underneath the sensor, so the sensor can see it. Now basically all of the limit switches and home sensors on X and Y, if I were to put a piece of metal over each one of those, it would trigger these signal indicators here. So that's how you diagnose your machine outside of the Gunnar software.